Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Memorial Day honors the men and women of the American Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force, and Marines who died while serving their country. It began as a holiday to remember the American soldiers who died in the Civil War. As wars were fought, it became a day for Americans to honor and remember the dead from all wars. Today, we have placed flower arrangements on the stage and honor all those who lost their lives serving our country.
First grade students will now perform You're a Grand by George Cohen, led by Haiti Lynch and Jason Mesa from Miss Hamilton's first grade class. And my name is Mallory McKeon. And we are going to share some facts about Memorial Day. What is Memorial Day? Memorial Day is a holiday to honor and remember people in the military who died while serving our country. When is Memorial Day? Memorial Day is observed on Black Monday in May every year. Why do we celebrate it? To say thank you to the soldiers who gave their lives to protect our freedom and keep us safe. How do people celebrate? Parades, visiting cemeteries or memorials, flying the American flag, having a moment of silence, spending time with family and friends. What's the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day? Memorial Day honors those who died in military service. Veterans Day celebrates all who served, whether living or retired. It honors all military branches. Memorial Day remembers fallen heroes from all branches of the military: the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and Space Force.
Second grade students will now perform This Land Is Your Land by Woody Guthrie, led by Gabrielle Williams and Anderson Leach from Mrs. McGuire's second grade class.
This land is made for you and me.
facts about Memorial Day, a national moment of remembrance. At 3 p.m. local time, people across the country pause for a moment of silence to honor fallen soldiers. Poppies are a symbol. Red poppy flowers are often worn on display to show remembrance. They became a symbol after World War I. The American flag flies differently. On Memorial Day, the flag is raised to the top of the flagpole, then lowered to half staff until noon, and then raised again to full staff.
Memorial Day was first called Decoration Day. After the Civil War, people began decorating soldiers' graves with flowers, which is how Memorial Day first got started. It was officially called Decoration Day before becoming a national holiday. Memorial Day became a federal holiday in 1971. Although people honored fallen soldiers for many years before, Memorial Day became an official national holiday in 1971. Arlington National Cemetery. One of the most famous Memorial Day ceremonies happens at Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia, where the president or vice president places a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. Now, Officer Perry has a few words that he would like to share with our South School Hawks here this morning.
Good morning, friends. Good to see you. It's been a while. It's been an honor and privilege to be here, speak to you all this morning. I'll do my best to keep it brief, but it's something you know. Once I get going, it's hard for me to stop. Just a little bit. All right. I'd like to start this morning by recognizing Staff Sergeant Travis W. Atkins, United States Army. Staff Sergeant Atkins enlisted in the United States Army on November 9, 2000. He attended basic infantry training at Fort Benning, Georgia. He signed the Alpha Company, 3rd Battalion, 327th Infantry Regiment, 1st Brigade, 101st Airborne Division, Air Assault, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. He deployed with the 101st Kuwait in early March 2003. Staff Sergeant Atkins participated in the invasion of Iraq later that month as an infantry fire team leader. He was honorably discharged from the Army in December 2003. Back home, Staff Sergeant Atkins attended University of Montana and worked as a painting and concrete contractor. 2 years later, Atkins once again answered the call to serve. He enlisted in the U.S. Army in December 2005. He was reassigned to Delta Company the same time deployed to Iraq again in August 2006. Staff Sergeant Atkins was killed in action on June 1st, 2007 at the age of 31. Medal of Honor citation. Staff Sergeant Travis Atkins of the United States Army for extraordinary heroism in connection with military operations against an armed enemy while serving in combat with Company D, 2nd Battalion, 14th Infantry Regiment, 2nd Brigade Combat Team, 10th Mountain Division on 1 June 2007. Staff Sergeant Atkins distinguished himself by conspicuous gallantry at the cost of his life in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. While conducting route security in the town of Abu Sarnak, Iraq, Staff Sergeant Atkins apprehended and began to search a group of suspected insurgents. However, one insurgent resisted and engaged Staff Sergeant Atkins in hand-to-hand combat. As Staff Sergeant Atkins attempted to subdue the man, he realized the insurgent was attempting to trigger a suicide vest which he wore under his clothing. Despite Staff Sergeant Atkins' efforts, the insurgent finally succeeded in reaching his vest. Staff Sergeant Atkins selflessly tackled the suicide bomber in a bear hug, pinning him to the ground and shielding his soldiers from imminent explosion. In this critical and selfless act of valor, in which he was mortally wounded, Staff Sergeant Atkins saved the lives of 3 other soldiers who were with him and gallantly gave his life for his country. Staff Sergeant Atkins' undaunted courage, warrior spirit, steadfast devotion to duty reflect great credit upon himself and the 2nd Brigade Combat Team in the United States Army. Staff Sergeant Atkins sacrificed himself for his fellow soldiers to his left and right, for a mission, the most important of all, for his country. For this singular act of bravery, Staff Sergeant Atkins was awarded the National Congressional Medal of Honor. For those of you who do not know what the Medal of Honor is, it is the United States' highest award for military valor. Recipients of this award possess a deep love of the country and the desire to always do the right thing, especially in critical moments during matters of life and death. The reason I share staff's on Atkins Metal Water Sanitation with you is this. It is to remind us all that Memorial Day is a day or a time to remember for those service members who never came home, for those who made the ultimate sacrifice for their country. So here it is, my little public service announcement. I'll do my best not to get on my soapbox and to keep it to the point. Memorial Day is often confused for Veterans Day. I myself, an 8-year veteran of the United States Marine Corps, Memorial Day is not a day for service members like me. South School's very own private first class Jack Martin, who stands in the back, okay, also a veteran of the United States Marine Corps. Memorial Day is not for old salty devil dogs like Jack Martin. Well-intentioned people often thank guys like Jack Ryan for his service on Memorial Day. As grateful as we are that these people so graciously take the time to acknowledge and thank us for our service, we have to thank those people, but remind them that Memorial Day is for those service members who do not come home. Veterans have a day. It's November 11th, not May 26th, or the last day, one day in May. The other thing that a lot of people often say is Happy Memorial Day, or Happy Memorial Day. Let's take a moment to break down that sentence, shall we? Happy is defined in the dictionary as delighted, pleased, or glad of a particular thing. The word memorial is defined as preserving the memory of a person or thing, commemorative. So if you put those two meanings together, you would be delighted or pleased to commemorate the loss of U.S. service members. That sounds like fingernails on chalkboard to me. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this today to total solemnness or sadness, but we should all at least be humble. Humble that such men and women lived and gave so much of themselves for you and I. They are worthy of such reflection and appreciation. So what does one say to a veteran on Memorial Day? One thing that you can say, bear with me, is have a safe Memorial Day weekend, or enjoy your holiday weekend. Speaking of Memorial Day weekend, Memorial Day is often considered by many as the kickoff to summer season. Barbecues, pool parties, cornhole, and huge kickoff to summer sales. That all sound great because I myself am a huge fan. But we cannot focus solely on those things. When we focus and put so much energy into those things, we allow the true meaning of the day to become lost. So as we reflect on those service members who gave their lives for this country, I offer you this challenge. If you really want to say thank you and show your appreciation to those who have died for their country, I challenge each of you every day to be an American who is worthy of their sacrifice. What does that mean, you ask? It means putting America and Americans first. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the national anthem. Never disrespect the flag. Don't desecrate it or ever let it touch the ground. It is our nation's sacred symbol and our identity. Live with honor and integrity. Respect your parents and your elders. Work hard. Rise to the occasion. Never quit. Help each other out. Lift each other up. And be kind. And above all else, be proud to be an American. To quote the late President John F. Kennedy, as we express our gratitude, we must never forget the highest appreciation is not to utter the words, but to live by them. Thank you.
God bless America.
put our flags up high today and think of those who ran away. They were brave and strong and true. They fought for me. They fought for you. We thank soldiers everyone who served with pride until their job was done. We stand so tall, our hearts are proud, and we say their names, we stand loud. Though we're small, we understand they kept us safe across the land. So now we honor, now we say, we thank our heroes on this day.
Fourth grade students will now perform America the Beautiful by Catherine Lee Bates, led by Cora and Via Falzarano from the third working class.
Today we stop and think of those who wore the uniform and chose to serve our country brave and strong, who help us all belong. They marched in boots, they flew in planes, they worked through sun and snow and rain. Some came home, some did not, and all, they gave a lot. We wave our flags and bow our heads. We place some flowers, white and red. We speak with kindness, proud and true. We remember what they did for you.
The chorus will now sing the anthems from each branch of the military. They'll be narrated by Mrs. Harding and Mrs. Walters.
The song speaks of heroes who more than self their country loved. From the days of our early American patriots through the current conflicts, these are the men and women who have served our military.
We want to recognize those who have served or are serving in our armed forces. And so you will hear the theme song for the branches of our armed forces. Today, let's honor those who have served.
Air Force.
Off we go into the wild blue yonder, flying high into the sun. Here they come to meet our thunder, attaboys, give her the gun. Down we dive, starting our way from under, on we run.
servicemen and women.
Hi, my name is Emily Squat and I'm in Miss Mahoney's 5th grade class. 5th grade students will now perform My Country 'Tis of Thee by Samuel Francis Smith, led by Nora Longo from Miss Pressure's class and Abigail Johnson from Miss Sullivan's 5th grade class.
My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring.
My name is Jacob DeVilla, and I'm going to read a poem about Memorial Day. The poem is Heroes We Remember. Some people choose to serve our country. They wear uniforms and take an oath. They travel far from home. They protect others even when it's hard. Memorial Day is not just a day off. It's a time to stop and think. Some heroes did not come home. They gave their lives to keep us free. Today, we remember those heroes. We thank them by standing tall. We show respect with quiet voices. We keep their memory alive.
The chorus will now perform The Brave by John Riddell.
The song is dedicated to all our brave military service men and women who gave the ultimate sacrifice.
Thank you for your service. Because of you we're free.
Now please stand to observe a moment of silence to honor our brave veterans who were lost, preserving and ensuring our freedom.
All right, thank you. Please remain standing while taps is played by a former South School student, James Dooley. When he is finished, please return to your classrooms in respectful silence.